The elevator doors flung open, and chaos spilled out. "I need that contract translated now," shouted a tall woman in heels that clicked furiously across the marble floor. Her voice echoed through the towering glass lobby of Lexington International, slicing through the usual calm like a knife. Nobody moved. Not the security guard. Not the receptionists. Not even the senior manager standing behind the counter with trembling hands. It was Chinese. The contract was written in Chinese. And the only person who could interpret it had missed their flight. The woman Victoria Hale, billionaire CEO of Lexington International, was pale beneath her flawless makeup. Investors from Shanghai were en route upstairs, and the entire future of her company depended on that one deal. One mistake, and everything she'd built could collapse. And then, from behind a cart of cleaning supplies, a quiet voice said, "May I see the document, ma'am?" Everyone turned. It was the janitor. Mid-40s. Worn uniform. Calloused hands holding a mop. His name tag said Michael. Victoria blinked, stunned. "Excuse me?" Michael stepped forward, calm despite the eyes on him. "I speak Mandarin. If you'd like, I can help translate it." She stared at him like he'd spoken another language altogether. Which, of course, he had. An hour earlier, Michael had just finished mopping the break room. His shirt was damp with sweat, his back aching from a double shift. He was a single dad raising his 10-year-old daughter, Grace, after losing his wife to cancer 3 years ago. Working nights as a janitor wasn't glamorous, but it was honest. And it paid just enough to keep the lights on and Grace in school. Michael had once lived another life. Years ago, he'd been a diplomat stationed in Beijing. Fluent in Mandarin and well-versed in international law. But after the accident that took his wife, he walked away from that world, choosing his daughter over career ambition. Still, he never stopped speaking Chinese at home with Grace. It was part of their secret world. A way to stay connected to memories, to meaning, to love. Victoria hesitated, then shoved the contract into his hands. "If this is a joke." Victoria hesitated, then shoved the contract into his hands. "If this is a joke." Michael scanned the pages with quick, precise eyes. "It's not. There's a clause here, paragraph 4. It gives exclusive rights to the supplier, not Lexington. That would cost you millions over the next 5 years. "What?" she gasped, snatching it back. He pointed. "Here. In Mandarin, gives them exclusive ownership unless it's modified with. Your translator must have missed that. It should read, dot." Victoria blinked. "You just saved my company." Michael gave a tired smile. "Just trying to be helpful." That moment didn't end there. Victoria had him come upstairs. Investors arrived. Michael interpreted with flawless precision. The room that was once on the verge of collapse lit up with relief and trust. The deal went through modified, fair, and worth hundreds of millions. When it ended, the lead Chinese investor even bowed slightly to Michael and said, "Your translation was very accurate. Thank you." Victoria stood beside him in stunned silence. The next morning, Michael was called to the 40th floor. Nervous, he wore his same janitor uniform. He didn't own a suit anymore. Victoria greeted him at the door. "I googled you," she said, arms folded. "Michael Carter. Former diplomat. Worked for the U.S. Embassy in Beijing. Fluent in Mandarin, Cantonese, and Japanese. Then vanished. Why?" Michael looked down, jaw tight. "I chose to raise my daughter. After my wife died, nothing else mattered." Her voice softened. "I understand. More than you think." There was a pause before she continued. "We're launching a new global outreach program. I want someone who understands both language and people. Who knows how to listen before they speak. I want you." He frowned. "To lead it. At a salary 10 times what you make now." We'll pay for Grace's education, too. Michael was speechless. Why me? She smiled. Because in my worst moment, when everyone stood frozen, you stepped forward. Not because of ambition. But because you cared. 3 months later, Michael walked into Grace's school in a tailored suit, his daughter's hand in his. Her smile could have lit the whole city. Life had changed. Not because of luck, but because of a quiet choice to never bury your gifts even if the world can't see them at first glance.